Aubrey awakens on Thursday, the 4th of spring. She heads straight over to the monitor, the TV, and watches television. She watches Living Off the Land. Today we're learning about the spring onions. Yes! Okay, Aubrey is very excited. She has heard about spring onions. Specifically, she has heard from the various townspeople that Leah likes spring onions, so she is very excited about that. But before she can go and harvest the spring onions, it is her solemn duty to water each and every one of her plants, which she will do quite happily, and is currently doing right now. Aubrey just stomps one row at a time, one plant at a time, through her garden, watering literally every plant in existence. Perfect. She is now finished. She's finished watering her plants, so now she's going to put her watering can away, and let's see. She's going to first check to see who's at the maximum gift limit. Penny has received 2 gifts. Leah has received 2 gifts. Emily has received no gifts. Okay, it's looking like today is not a good day for giving people gifts, she concludes. And so Aubrey has a little bit of trouble deciding what to do. What are we doing? What are we doing today? What the fuck are we doing? I know. Let's take this leek to town and give it to somebody who likes leeks. So Aubrey takes the leeks, she puts them into her inventory, and she sets out in the direction of town. She gets slightly sidetracked, looking for daffodils in this area, but that's fine. There are no daffodils, no harm done, though she has lost a little bit of time. Not that it matters, because everybody gets up at 9 anyway. Aubrey does not realize, she does not know why she gets up so early, nor does she want to change that. For some reason, she just finds it, holy shit, very satisfying to wake up super early in the morning before anybody else is awake. And then she just runs around town looking for people, but nobody is there, so what she does in that time is she gets into position right outside of people's houses and just stands there waiting for them to come out. And she sort of hides a little bit so that they can't see her out their windows, and then when they come out of their houses, she ambushes them and speaks to them very, very kindly in a very friendly tone and gives them gifts. It's sort of like Santa, but in a more surprising, confrontational way instead of a sort of secretive, weird, creepy way. At least she likes to think so. Anyway, she comes across Penny, and she says, "We're very lucky to have a library in such a small town. When you're lost in a book, it's easy to forget the realities of your life. Maybe that's why I like reading so much," says Penny, with a bit of a somber expression on her face. "Sorry, I got carried away there, says Penny. Penny apparently reads to escape the realities of her life, which is really sad, and I wish it didn't have to be the case. But she's alright. She seems to be strong enough. So off she goes to live her life and deal with her problems in healthy ways. Hey look, it's Alex. "The air's starting to warm up. I'm feeling pumped," says Alex. And then he stares off into thin air, completely avoiding looking at Aubrey, who's standing right next to him and looking at him very intently. Alex just looks off in the distance and completely ignores Aubrey. Aubrey then tries to speak with Shane, who completely ignores her presence and walks straight into his work, where he will slave away his life for 8 hours every single goddamn day. I guess I can see why he's not very excited to talk. Hello there. Welcome to the Stardew Valley Archeological Office. This is embarrassing, but the previous curator made off with the entire collection. We don't have any artifacts for display, says Gunther. But I'm hoping to remedy that soon. Hey, if you find any artifacts or minerals out there, would you let me know? He asks, sort of adjusting his glasses. Oh no, the virus has spread to Gunther as well. Oh shit, no. Is no one safe? No one is safe? Aubrey attempts to read a book. She strongly attempts, she really tries, she really wants to read this book, but is having a very hard time doing so. She knows that she can read this book, but that it's just gonna prove quite difficult. Yeah, she cannot read this book. Alright, well, there's nobody in here except for old Gunther over there, so Aubrey decides to turn around and leave. She heads into Clint's office. Aubrey talks to Clint, asks him what he has for sale. He has some items that are way overpriced. Business has been slow lately, he says. You should upgrade your tools. I could use the cash, he says awkwardly. Clint, did you just admit to me that you're running low on money? Clint? That's fine. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, like, sometimes you gotta be careful about that stuff. It's a professional grade furnace. Peering inside, you see molten metal bubbling and churning. Holy shit, Aubrey, don't put your fucking hands or feet or hair or anything anywhere near that bubbling metal because that's dangerous. You could easily receive third-degree burns or worse from little bits of metal popping off of bubbles and running into you and landing on your skin and generally hurting massively. Aubrey waltzes straight into a house without even checking to see whose it is and finds an old couple in their living room watching TV. And brazenly she just waltzes straight up to the old guy in his wheelchair and speaks to him. Oof. It's irritating to have to meet all these new people, huh? Says George. Name's George, by the way. Now buzz off. Oof, he says. And he turns to look at Aubrey, breathing heavily. Oh shit, he's sort of moving towards Aubrey. Oh my god, he's leaving. He's going into the kitchen. Hello? Why, hello and welcome to our little community, dear, says Evelyn. You can call me Granny if you like. I will do that, Evelyn. I will call you Granny. Do you like Leeks, George? Oh, fuck off, Evelyn. I wasn't giving this to you. I was trying to give it to George. I know you don't like Leeks, but George does like Leeks. This is my favorite thing. Thank you, says George. He looks very pleased. He looks very pleased, very happy upon receiving the leek. Excellent.